That the positioning for that 90-degree turn under the kilometre to go ban is probably the most important part?
Yeah, very important, but again, there's still a kilometre to go, and it's going to be a headwind. We might see, so positioning pretty crucial, but there's timing of your sprint into a headwind. Given a lot of these riders won't know the finish either. They'll have had a team meeting, they've looked at the wind direction, haven't had a chance to scan it beforehand, but we know it's completely flat, but 1,100 metres, so positioning will be crucial. I think we'll see sprinters lead it very, very late until they go for it.
Niccolò Bonifacio then is the man that Trek Segafredo looked to be riding for. We have Boy van Poppel, Gregory Rast and Marco Coledan to do the work alongside Stein de Folder for them. De Folder, who's been out there working hard. You can just see Bonifacio right at the back of the train there. Smallest figure. He's quite a minute, very, very pint-sized sprinter. Very much in the mould of Brian Coquard, if you think of the Frenchman who we saw at the Tour de France. 4 kilometres to go then.
I think one of the interesting things that we talked about earlier on when we talk about team size, the teams, given the small teams, there's teams of 6 generally in this race. A few teams have only 5 riders, but with teams of 6, you have to time your lead-out train to perfection. Increasingly over the last few years, as we've talked about on numerous occasions, teams leave it very, very late to actually use their lead-out train in Grand Tours when they have 9 riders at their disposal. But here, it's even more crucial, and it's interesting to see Trek Segafredo take it up so early, but perhaps they've got information that one of the main challenges, Arnaud Demar, is out of the mix, so that's why they're willing to keep the pressure on early on.
Francis Isher just on the left-hand side, forming a bit of a train, wondering if it's Demar or in fact the likes of Christian Eiking or Hulgaard have had a go. They've also got Max Sarrault, the young sprinter as well, who could have a go. So options for that team. It seems to be the running theme, options in terms of sprints here, because we know we could have different types of sprints with the obstacles towards the end here. 3 kilometres to go, and we're seeing little splits in the peloton. This is going to be far from simple as we approach the last 3Ks. Positioning vitally important as we get towards the last few kilometres. 36 on the left-hand side, the South African Johan van Zyl there. We've seen problems for Sam Bennett on the way in here. That was Andreas Schillinger in the black at the back. But it's all about Trek Segafredo, the United States team with an Italian heart at the front. It's not going to be the Italian champion they're going to ride for today, Giacomo Nizzolo. The double points winner at the Giro d'Italia is going to go and help his compatriot Niccolò Bonifacio, the young man from the northwest of the country, as Astana are trying to look out for Andrea Guardini.
Well, another rider in the mix, another national champion. You can just see Philippe Gilbert in the Belgian champion's jersey, just on the right-hand side, just grimacing, moving up, making sure he's in a good position, because we know from a reduced group like this, Philippe Gilbert is no slouch at all. Might not be the fastest, but certainly will be eyeing a potential time bonus.
Coming in towards that little chicane area before there's a little left turn again, and we'll come up to the 2 kilometre to go banner. There is that left turn once more.
Gilbert there in third wheel, just drifting round in the Belgian tricolour there. Got himself in a very, very good position. A couple of Team Sky riders now just moving up, trying to identify who is exactly there for Team Sky at the moment. Can also see John Degenkolb just moving up the outside, the mustachioed German there.
Well, it'd be good for him to take that big win after coming back. He sort of reached a plateau in his recovery, looked very good on stages at the Tour de France all of a sudden, but has been unable to kick on and get that win that he so dearly wanted. In the meantime, Tyler Farrer looks to be working, and he looks to be working for a teammate. It's going to be interesting to see if Reggie Guy maybe is going to have a go towards the finale here. Jay Thompson as well is a possibility. It looks as though it's Reggie Guy, though, to me, the Algerian, who is the man being positioned by Tyler Farrer. So, Youssef Reggie Guy, who was supposed to start the Olympic time trial yesterday, but didn't. He was clearly on a plane here to race for his trade team. He is going to have a go. Marcus Burghardt towards the back. 165 out the way, Julien Maurice. It's Dimension Data helping as Gian Albacina are approaching. Here is that big left 90-degree turn right under the 1 kilometre to go arch. And we're heading for a sprint. This looks like it could be a chaotic one, Matt Stevens.
It's going to be pretty chaotic. It's going to be a slight headwind finish. There is the Flamme Rouge. Very sharp 90-degree turn. It was Dimension Data in the form of Tyler Farrer applying the pressure. He's still on the front at the moment. This is your lineup as they round the curve.
Katusha sitting fairly far back at the minute as well with Alexander Kristoff. He's trying to get himself positioned because his teammate is looking after all of them, looking after Rein Tarame, who is the leader. So Kristoff is going to surf his own wheels into the finale here. And John Degenkolb is there as well. And Van Poppel is the man that Team Sky are riding for. Kolar is there as well for Tinkoff. He's up there, the Slovakian. Napolitano is in position for Wanty Group Group Gobert as well. And it looks as though Guardini might have made it too, although I can see that Ruslan Tlubayev, the rider from Kazakhstan, is there. So it is going to be Trek Segafredo to lead this one out. Second wheel, poised and ready to go, is Bonifacio. On the right in the black, you can just about see Degenkolb. Second wheel ready to go as well. The left-hand side from Popple waiting, and looking in the red is Alexander Kristoff in towards the finale. And this is it now. Koledan doing his best as Bonifacio is going to be led out. He comes through the middle in the white, but on the left-hand side, it's Degenkolb. Degenkolb hits the front, looking good. On the right, unable to get there at the minute in the red. Trying to do so is Kristoff. He's going to come round. Kristoff is going to hit the front. It's the Norwegian there. Kristoff against Degenkolb. Kristoff's there, and I think he's got it. Oh, we've had a crash behind. Kristoff or Degenkolb crashes at the finish behind, and it may well just be Degenkolb in the fact who has it on the line. Excitement at the Arctic race of Norway. Unfortunately, we've had riders down after the finale. One of them is Youssef Reguigui, the Algerian, right in the middle there. This is the sprint. On the left-hand side, John Degenkolb looking for that big win after that awful crash early season. He's in the black, steaming through the middle in the red. You can see the Norwegian Alexander Kristoff. Who has this?
Ooh. I thought it was Degenkolb. Bangs his bars. And then there was a touching of wheels there. A couple of riders going down there, unfortunately. But what a sprint by Degenkolb. Whether he's first or second, it just shows he's clearly on form. That unique style, stamps on the pedals. Body hardly moves at all. That Popple in the middle too. The Politano Turnison also in the mix.
It's Ruslan Tlubayev on that right-hand side who takes the rider down as Kristoff waits to find out if he's